How to brainstorm. Have you ever struggled to come up with ideas for projects? Or had problems finding the right idea working in a group? Maybe someone has even insisted on you brainstorming, but you didn't have a clue how to do it. All this leads you to one question. How the baguette are you supposed to brainstorm? Well, worry no more. This video offers you a solution, in fact, 11 of them. First, let's brush up on the definition of brainstorming, a concept probably familiar to most of us, but still somewhat unclear. According to twiglobal.com, brainstorming is a method of gathering ideas to solve a specific problem. Contrary to a common misbelief, the ideas don't need to be well articulated, in fact, the opposite. The aim of brainstorming is to allow the thinkers to propose ideas the instant they form, without interruption or prejudice. If you're still unsure how brainstorming works, then keep on watching. We are going to explain the process in 6 steps, so let's dive right in. Basic steps of brainstorming involve getting together a group. It helps to make new groups every now and then to keep the ideas fresh, if this is something you'll be working with for a longer period of time.
Giving the participants some time to prepare so they can think about the problem and develop some general viewpoints. It is suggested that the participants should be given at least 1 full day.
Setting a clear intention. How can one find the solution if there is no problem to begin with? The problem needs to be well articulated in order to avoid people working on inaccurate solutions.
Generating as many ideas as possible, no matter how bizarre these ideas may seem. It is important not to criticize any ideas during this step.
Creating an inclusive, supportive environment, so everyone would have the confidence to share their ideas. This is a little bit more complicated, since oftentimes you can't choose the people you're working with, but all the more reason to encourage friendly and open-minded conversation.
Reviewing ideas. Finally, you have to select out the most interesting ideas and start developing them in order to bring them to life. Now that we are familiar with the process of brainstorming, it is time to talk about 5 different methods to make brainstorming easier, more creative, and fun. Role storming or figure storming. What would someone else do? Sometimes we can get too stuck in our own head, so why not to pretend you're someone else? In role storming, you try to guess how someone else would deal with the problem. For example, your teacher or best friend. Figure storming, as a bit more specific practice, asks you to mimic the possible thinking of a well-known figure.
Gap filling, also known as gap analysis. With this method, you should determine your current state of progress, then the final goal. You need to ask how to overcome that gap and try to determine what actions are needed to connect these states.
Speed storming. As Parkinson's law declares that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. Give the group a restricted amount of time to generate as many ideas as possible. That pushes people to think more effectively and maximizes productivity. No time to hesitate whether the idea is enough. Time counts.
Reverse brainstorming. As the title hints, you are going to be thinking backwards here. Instead of searching for solutions, you need to ask how to cause this problem. This can help bring out the causes of the problem and thereby giving directions in which way the solutions should be developed.
Brainwriting. This one is perfect for people more shy or a group more reserved. Each participant writes out their ideas on a piece of paper. Then after a few minutes, passes it on to the next one, who reads them and adds new thoughts. After enough rounds, the ideas are presented and reviewed as usual. And lastly, remember, don't settle on the first ideas found, unless they are really good. Anchoring on a concept can prevent moving on and developing new viewpoints. Burst out as many, as wild and as random ideas you possibly can.
Questions. Discuss with your class. In which situations have you needed brainstorming? What kind of hacks do you have for a successful brainstorming session? Do you think brainstorming is an effective method of gathering ideas? Can anyone brainstorm, or are some people better at it than others? Is effective brainstorming important to have a successful company? Thank you for watching this video and have a productive brainstorming!